What is up, everybody? Iman here, and in this video, we're going to be talking about the only services SMMAs should offer. If you don't know what that is a social media marketing agency. Hi, my name is Iman. I run 2 different SMMAs currently, both of them doing multiple 6 figures every single year. On top of that, we have more than 50 million views, 100 appointments booked, and a Grammy campaign that actually won a Grammy. And in this video, I'm not trying to sell you anything. I just want you guys to make better decisions when it comes to making SMMAs and making that your business overall. So one thing that came to my attention was, first, I needed to get a whiteboard, especially with all the information, and it just seemed a little bit more adequate as far as all the stuff that I'm doing with this YouTube video and this YouTube channel overall. So one thing that I really wanted to teach you guys was essentially the only services that SMMA should offer, but in the context of how you should grow your business as you literally go along by providing this service for other people and other businesses or whoever the niche is, really. So let's get into this. So the first thing, step number 1, is that you have to pick one aspect of SMMAs that you genuinely enjoy. If that means making content, if that means doing ads, if that means making websites but that lead to social media platforms or offsite into their own landing page or developing traffic for other people, it doesn't matter. The point is that you have to choose one aspect that you enjoy, because if you don't enjoy the thing that you're actually doing for these clients overall, and you're just doing it just to get money, then you're never going to win because you don't genuinely enjoy what you're doing, right? And especially when there's a month that literally gets so hard that you don't want to do it anymore, yeah, you're not going to be a happy camper. You're not going to be a happy camper. So after you pick that first aspect, whether it be like making videos for people, making ads for people, doing social media management for people, the back end, doesn't matter. The next thing you're going to do is make a quantifiable result dependent on the aspects that you know for a fact that you genuinely enjoy, that you can make happen within a quantifiable timeline, right? So something that you enjoy, provide a quantifiable result with a quantifiable timeline. Shout out to Robin Waite, who I learned this from overall. He had an SMMA that was doing 7 figures every single year, and that helped me scale this SMMA in addition to my other SMMA that I was doing on the short form organic content side. But anyway, once you figure that out, that's step 1. It's very easy to do. You just have to literally sit down, maybe pause the video and figure that out for yourself. Step 2 is essentially, how the heck are we going to get clients, right? So first of all, we need to do some work for free. I don't care if anybody says. Literally, if you just do some work for free and you get some results and you craft a sustainable, profitable system to get clients on a consistent basis, and then you just rinse and repeat, then you're always going to get clients at your disclosure, right? Because at the end of the day, it's just like, if you don't have any clients to begin with, you have to do some free work, bro. You literally go to a company that's down the street. Maybe they're at a retail store. Maybe they're a gym owner. Maybe whoever it is, right? Like maybe they're a bakery. Who cares? The only thing though is that you have to make sure that you have to do some work for free in order to get some results, right? If you don't have any results, you don't have anything to show anybody, especially when you get on your sales calls, right? At least for me, like I would rather have like hundreds and hundreds of testimonials in order to prove exactly what I'm doing for the people that I'm basically providing results for. So that way people literally can give me less just objections at the end of a sales call, more so than anything else, right? And once you get results, you can literally craft a sustainable system that's profitable for you, right? We always want to make sure our profit margin is roughly from 50 to 70%. If it's literally 60, 70%, you're killing it. However, you have to make sure you have one way that you get clients that you can literally double down on. And we literally talk about this on this channel, in our coaching program, in our community, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. By the way, if you literally want to learn how to make a 6-figure agency within 90 days, you can click the first link in the description. We literally have a community, and everybody over there is basically trying to do the same thing in a 90-day period, and we really love helping those people out. Anyway, back into the video. Once you develop a sustainable, profitable system for you overall, then you can essentially just try and true, rinse and repeat. That's literally the same thing for multiple clients on end, especially within the specific niche that you're servicing, right? So if it's bakeries, then you're helping bakeries. If it's within the gym owner space, then you're hanging out with gym owners. If you're hanging out with CEOs and founders, then you're doing CEOs and founders. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just dependent on that specific thing. And also, I would say a bonus tip to this, it would have to be within a niche that you genuinely enjoy. Like if you love going to the gym, you love working out, this, that, and whatever, probably gonna have to be working with gym owners. If you like cameras, photography, like me, maybe it might be with creative agencies, right? Or creative business owners, this, that, and the third. Just literally a bonus tip as far as step 2 is concerned. Just pick a client avatar that is within a niche that you genuinely enjoy. All right, now in step 3. Once you start developing results and you start figuring out, all right, cool, I can do this. I can do this SMMA thing. You know, I have an attractive teacher named Pedro and Zach, you know what I'm saying? Now, I'm playing with you, I'm messing with y'all. Anyway, like you literally are getting results. Like you're getting results for yourself, for your business, and you're making some money. Now, the problem that comes to every single SMMA owner, and trust me, it happened to me, it happened to Zach, it happened to our individual agency as well, is that you're going to be the problem. You were the problem, so go to therapy. I'm just kidding. Don't go to therapy. Or actually go to therapy, whatever works for you. But the point is, once you start getting results, you're going to start realizing that you're the actual bottleneck. You're literally going to start realizing that at the end of the day, you can't be everywhere. You can't do everything. You can't literally provide every single aspect of a service to a specific business, especially when traditional businesses on average have like 60 seats within one business overall. You can't operate from all 60 seats. You have to give some of those things away, especially the stuff that you don't like, which I'll literally explain in the next step. However, so because of that reason, you're gonna have to literally develop SOPs. Otherwise known as videos and documents describing the tasks in which that you literally do for your business. So once you develop those materials, the videos and the documents, I usually do both of them. And Zach and I, we usually do both of them for our agency as well. And also the people that we tell in our community all the freaking time, we tell them to do both. Because at the end of the day, people are visual, people learn in different ways. Somebody could be auditory, somebody could be kinesthetic, somebody could be literally any of the sort. So literally if you hit them at all senses, then they're gonna be okay and they're gonna get the concept. So if you develop SOPs, otherwise known as videos and documents that literally describe the task, the next portion comes very easily. You can start hiring people to do the jobs for you. Now, it's dependent on where you want to get these people from. I usually say Upwork. Zach usually says Upwork because you literally have a higher quality of just contractors and freelancers that'll actually work with you for a long period of time. However, if you're in a pinch and you need somebody now, like literally yesterday, you can go to Fiverr and find people there. However, the quality varies depending on who the person is, right? More often than not, what people don't realize is that workers that are outside of the US tend to work harder in comparison to people who are in the US. So then use that to your advantage, right? So like if you're going to Upwork or Fiverr and this, that, and the third, and you're literally talking to somebody to basically tell them like, hey, I need a VA to handle my content calendar. I need a VA to handle my scripting. I need a VA for this, that, and the third. Then you're going to be in a really great position because of the fact that this person who's coming from Colombia or from the Philippines or from Taiwan or whatever it is, they're going to work really hard to help you out, especially if you give them really good terms as far as the relationship that you have with them and that you pay them really well. So that's also dependent on you. You have to figure that out. Which leads me to the next thing. You have to set up a payment structure to pay them, right? So like you could do this hourly, you could do this contract-wise, you could also do this project-based wise. More often than not, people who are going to work really hard for you are the people who have a contract with you or you pay them hourly because they know for a fact that a certain amount of income is going to come into their pocket at the end of the day. And plus, you want to treat those people well and it'd be easier just to go to one person to solve the specific problem in your business than just go to a billion people and having to like basically like outsource every single thing and then you don't have like tabs on anybody. And especially not having tabs on your work, that is a huge no-no, my friends. Anyway, but that's essentially how you essentially replace yourself in very minute tasks. Now, let's say, for example, you're actually doing this pretty well. You developed the SOPs, you developed the videos and documents, you hired a couple people in order to take certain tasks, but you're still running a lot of different stuff. And it sucks. Trust me, I've been through it myself. It frickin' sucks. I was about to say flickin' sus. It frickin' sucks, okay? You go into step 4. Now you're starting to replace yourself in every aspect of your business that you don't like, right? Because if you're not doing the things that you genuinely enjoy in your business, you're gonna hate running your business. Like for me, when I was making the short form organic content agency, I loved making videos. I love filming. I love being out there and about and hanging with my clients and, basically shaking babies and kissing hands. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the people who got that reference. But anyway, I just love that interpersonal connection that I had with my clients overall. I did not enjoy coming back home and then editing every single thing on the planet. And that's okay. But now, like as I was developing that business, I got somebody to replace me in those aspects and then literally got like a team of 5 different editors in order to take that away. Because I wanted to replace myself. I wanted to focus on the stuff that I genuinely enjoy so I don't feel burnt out. Burnout only happens when you're doing stuff that you don't love, period. Remember, at the beginning, it's the literal thing that you have to focus on is developing something within the business that you genuinely enjoy, especially around social media, right? So you'll replace yourself in every aspect of your business that you don't like. And then eventually you'll start to realize that, hey, I'm actually doing really well. Like I actually really enjoy the process of doing this business overall. And then roughly at this point, you're already making anywhere from like $100,000 to $250K and maybe even beyond, maybe 500K, maybe even 800K, depends, right? What you'll start to notice is that now that you have an influx of cash flow, right? Like literally just money coming into the business that you could use for other things. Now, you can literally cap yourself at literally certain situations in which that you can either invest back into your business or other products and services or software, right? Because at the end of the day, your SMMA is roughly a service-based business. You're trading time for money, which is kind of unfortunate because at the end of the day, it's like what we want to do is do less and earn more. So in order to do that, overall is that we either have to invest back in our business in order to develop more systems so that we replace ourselves continuously in more aspects of the business, right? Or we introduce other products or services, and last one, software, which we'll talk about in a second, products or services that will essentially add to our product vertical so that way we can start earning money in multiple different ways with things that we only have to develop once. For example, you could literally do a mini course. You could do a course like ours, a community. You could do a bunch of different things with all this information that you have at your own disclosure because of the information industry, right? But at the end of the day, that's including all the stuff that you're already doing, right? So it becomes an additional income stream, no matter what the product or service. Now, if you're really smart, and once you start making really good cash, like we're talking like 7 figures and above, and you start netting a lot of that, right? Like remember, I told you 50 to 70%, 60 to 70 would be ideal, right? You're making a lot of money. So then you can start investing in other type of business models, like a software as a service, or otherwise known as a SaaS, or a software together like an app or anything like that, in order to make more money off of the investment of your time and your resources, so that way you can make more money in the long run to essentially accomplish the goals that you want to do. So that's essentially the services that SMMAs should offer more so than anything else. And it all starts with figuring out what you enjoy. But the main rule out of everything is that you got to work hard, work smart, and keep your attitude up, because it does get difficult. I'm not going to hold you. It does get difficult. It does get tiresome. It does get to a point where you're just like, I don't even want to do this anymore. But if you just implement these 4 steps and these subset of steps, then you'll be fine. You'll literally be fine, and you'll be a lot happier than you are right now with your current position. Anyway, I hope that was really helpful. If you liked the video, make sure to like and subscribe to this channel, because we literally put out videos about how to scale and how to create your SMMA overall literally every single day, and you don't want to miss them. Also, like I mentioned before, we have a whole community. If you want to learn how to basically take an SMMA from 0 to 6 figures in literally 90 days, you can literally click the first link in the description where we have our course, our community, and overall just a really great coaching program that we could help you do this so that way you can change your life forever. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video, and thank you so much. Peace.